Day and dangal greetings to everyone. On behalf of our professor, Sir Janus Raymond Tan, my group is going to present the implementation of our functionality for our final group Java project when it comes to our multi-form ticket booking system for managing ticket sales for events using Java Swing basic and advanced controls. I'm Joaquin Aaron Resio, so let's jump right into it. So welcome to our video for today. This is the following code that we will present to you and how it functions in our ticket booking system, which uses the basic and advanced controls of a graphical user interface program. So before that, allow me to try or demonstrate our multi-form ticket booking system. So that's how our graphical user interface program works. Let's proceed to explain our graphical user interface program and how we function this program correctly for our ticket booking system. So here is the following codes for the frame splash screen .java file, which is the splash screen that we have made so far. So in this code, it creates a splash screen for a ticket booking system using the Java Swing. It begins by importing necessary classes from Swing and AWT or GUI components and layout management, which is following import. Then the frame splash screen class extends JFrame and declares the fields for the main panel and the static progress bar. So here are the following codes for it. It is being declared. So the in the constructor, the window is set to be undecorated and configured to close the application when it was closed. So when we say to set undecorated, it removes the minimize, maximize, and the close buttons in the JFrame. So the window's size and position are defined, and the main panel is set up with a border and null layout for absolute positioning. So images for the loading animation and background are loaded from the class path. Several labels are created and configured, including a welcome message, a loading message, and copyright information, and all styled with custom fonts and colors. So this progress bar is configured for our appearance and added to the panel, followed by the loading animation and the background images. So finally, the window is centered on the screen, and this splash screen provides a visually appealing, informative interface while the application loads. So when it comes to our mainframe file, I put the following codes here in our main method, which is this code that I'm highlighting, that it runs our program. So The main method initializes and displays the splash screen by creating an instance of frame splash screen and setting it into visible. And then it starts a new thread that simulates a loading process by incrementing a counter from 0 to 100. Within the thread, the progress bar's value and accompanying text are updated every 10 milliseconds to reflect the current counter value, creating a visual loading effect. So once the counter reaches to 100, the splash screen is disposed, and the main application window, or which is what we call our mainframe, which is this following codes that we've implemented so far, is launched and set visible using the event queue that invoke later to ensure the thread safety. So here it is. If an interrupted exception occurs during the thread sleep periods, it is caught and printed to the console. So here is the demo of what I'm saying. So here is the splash screen that it loads into 100 milliseconds per value until it reaches to 100%. Then it goes to our mainframe of our ticket booking system. So to continue our rest of the mainframe codes to our next presenter, and I will see you guys at the end of the video.
Hello everyone, good morning. I am Kirsten J. Lazarte, and I am the one who presented about the frame login. So frame login is a part of a larger application likely named mainframe. The purpose of this login interface is to authenticate users with the username admin and the password admin. Upon successful authentication, the user gains access to the system and can input new movie names for 3 slots. First, frame login class. Frame login class serves as the login window. It contains text fields for entering the user and password, buttons for login and cancel actions, and labels for guiding the users. Second is constructor. The constructor sets up a login window, include its size, appearance, and layout. It initializes the components such as text fields, button, and labels, and configures action listeners to the login and cancel button. Third, action listener. Login button. When the login button is clicked, it checks if the entered username and password match admin. If the credentials are correct, a successful message dialog is displayed and the user is prompted to input new movie names for 3 slots. These movie names are likely intended to update checkboxes or other components in the mainframe window. Cancel button. Clicking the cancel button closes the login window. Fourth, dialog boxes. Dialog boxes. Upon successful login, a message dialog appears confirming the successful login. Fifth is a dialog input or input dialogs. After successful login, input dialogs prompt the user to enter a new movie names for 3 slots. These input movie names are then presumably used to update the slots in the mainframe. Sixth and last is the interaction with mainframe. The login frame interacts with the mainframe by directly accessing components or check event 1, check event 2, check event 3. From it designs choice tightly couples the 2 classes and may not be considered ideal from a software engineering perspective, as it introduces dependencies between different parts of the application. That's all.
Java code creates a graphical window using Swing, where users can select seats for an event. The first event class extends JFrame and includes JToggle buttons components for each seats, variables to track tickets counts, and JLabel components for seating section and ticket counters. The frame is set up with a specific size and property, and the JPanel is used as the main content area with a set background color and border. Each JToggle button is initialized with properties like text color, background color, position, and an item listener to handle the button clicks. When a seat button is clicked, it changes color and text to indicate whether it is selected or not. For example, the button toggle button A1 seat selection starts with the label 1 and changes to X with the color change when selected. This setup allows users to interactively choose seats and manage their selection using a simple graphical interface.
This Java code snippet implements a ticket booking system graphical user interface functionality using Swing. It primarily focuses on handling seat selection and confirmation process. Button confirm ticket. This button label confirms to book seats if configured to initiate the seat confirmation process. When clicked, it prompts the user to confirm the number of tickets and then enable seat selection. Button return to ticket. This button labeled back to ticket purchase allows users to return the ticket purchase screen and reset their selection. Initially, it disabled and become enabled once the seat confirmation process is initiated. Action listener for button confirm ticket. Confirmation dialog. When click the button, displays a confirmation dialog asking if the user wants to confirmation the number of tickets. If the user selects yes, seat selected is to reset to 0. The number of tickets. Ticket quantity is retrieved and parsed from the label count ticket. This method, enable seats, is called to allow seat selection. Item listeners for seat toggle button. Multiple item listeners, A1 seat listeners, A2 seat listeners, C8 seat listeners are added to each set's toggle button. But these listeners manage the selection and deselection of seats. Selection logic. When a button is toggled on, item event selected, seat selected is incremented if the number of selected seats exceeds the ticket quantity. The seat is toggled off and a message dialog informs the user. When a seat button is toggled off, item event deselected, seat selected is discriminated. The method item listener add is called to attach all item listeners to the respective seat toggled buttons. Action listener for button return to ticket. When click this button, reset the seat selection and disable seat buttons by calling methods. Remove item listeners, reset selection, and disabled seats. If you enable the button confirm ticket and button increase buttons while disabling itself and the button ticket button. The layout configuration, the position and the size of button confirm ticket and return to ticket are set using the setBound method. What buttons are added to the content pane. This code snippet ensures the user can confirm the number of tickets and accordingly select seats and their reset selection if needed. And the validation to prevent selecting more seats than the confirmed ticket quantity enhance the user experience in the ticket booking process.
My name is John Hendrix L. Mateo. In the 1010, creates a new button label book now and sets the text color of the button white and then sets the background color of the button to green. and initially disable the button. So in the line 1015, adds an action listener to the button that defines what happens when the button is clicked, and enables the reset seats button. So in the line 1020, checks if the number of selected seats is less than the number of tickets. So if true, shows an error message dialog. So dito po, so in the line 1025, prompts the user with the confirmation dialog to confirm the selected seats, and if the user confirms, proceeds with the booking process. In the 1029, the initialize the total price of the tickets and gets the current date and time for the transaction record. So in the line 1034, it declares the prices for different types of seats, and in the 1039, checks if each toggle button for seats selection is selected, and if selected, adds the seat of the transaction model, marks the seat as occupied, disable the seat button, updates the total price, and decreases the maximum tickets. And in the line of 1257, compiles the final transaction details and adds into the booking model, display a message with the total ticket price, and resets various components and states for a new transaction. And in the line 1284, sets the position and size of the book now button and adds the button to the content pane. So in the line 1287, creates labels for displaying seat prices and sets their properties, text, color, font, and position, and then adds them to the content pane. In the line 1301, sets the font of the label to Perpetua, bold size 18. So here is set the position and size of the label, and here is adds the label to the content pane. So in the line 1305, initializes a label with the text number of tickets, and here is sets the text color to white, and here is sets the font to Garamond, bold size 18, and here is sets the position and size, and last is here adds the label to the content pane. So in the line 1311, initializes a label with the text seat plan selection. So in there is centers the text within the label, and here is sets the text color to white, and here is sets the font to Perpetua titling empty, and here is sets the position size, and that is adds the label to the content pane. So in the line 1318, initializes a label with the text purchasing tickets. So here is set the text color to white, sets the font to Perpetual titling, and here is sets the position size, and that's 2022, and is adds the label to the content pane. So in the line 1324, initializes a button with the text plus. And this here is set the text color to white and background color to green. As is add action listener to handle button clicks. So here is retrieves the current ticket count from LBL ticket count, increments the ticket count if it is below maximum tickets, and shows an error message if the limit is exceeded, and last is updates the LBL ticket count with the new ticket count. So here is sets the margins and positions. For the last is adds the button to the content pane. So in the line 1343, initializes a button with the text minus, and here is set the text color to white and background color to red. And here in the action listener, adds an action listener to handle button clicks. So here is retrieves the current ticket count from LBL ticket count, decrements the ticket count if it is above or equal to minimum ticket, and last is updates the LBL ticket count with the new ticket count. So here in 1357, sets margins and positions. For the last is here is adds the button to the content pane. So in the line 1366, initializes a button with the text cancel and adds an action listener to hide the current frame and to select main frame that CHK event 1 when clicked, and then sets margins and background color to light gray, and then set positions, and last is add the button to the content pane. So in the line 1378, initializes a button with the text reset occupied seats, and here is sets the text color to white and background color to red, and here is adds an action listener to show a confirmation dialog when clicked. So and then if the user confirms, it calls clear all, open close parenthesis, to reset all seats, selection and seats, maximum tickets to 24. So here it sets margins and position, and then here is, and last is adds the button to the content pane. So in the line 1404, similar labels for rows B and C with appropriate text and position. Dito po. So in the line 1425, similar labels for columns 2 and 8 with appropriate text and positions. Same lang po sila. Similar positions. So here in the line 1484, adds item listeners to seat selection buttons. When a button is selected, it updates the corresponding seat's status. And here is the action listeners for buttons handle the interaction logic such as increasing, decreasing, ticket counts, resetting, selection, and confirming actions. So the position and size of each component are carefully set to organize the layout visually in the content pane. So this work is sets up a GUI for ticket purchasing with labels, buttons, and seat selection functionality. Each component is configured with fonts, colors, and positions, and event handling logic is added for users.
Everyone, or good afternoon everyone dyan. So thank you for listening to my presentation of my part on this program, or ticketing booth machine. So let's go to our codes. We can see here all the codes that we need to perform the task. Here are the codes for the toggle button. So we use the toggle button to the uh, seat selection frame that we need to push. When push, the toggle button has so many function to create. We have this line to yan all the seats that we needed. So yan, and let's continue our browsing to our codes. We can see there's a lot of functionalities that the button will get. So after the button or the toggle button has been pushed, it will turn X, indicating that the the button has been selected. So when it push again, it will unselected, and all the name of the button will be out of the JTable, or the JTable components. So let's go here, or the booking button. So here's the booking button. So we can see here the booking button has been selected. Once it's selected, all the toggle button that been selected on that seat or will be recorded in a JTable component. So, and here's the cancel button. Once been pressed, everything will be restart ulit. So all the components has many different functionalities, and functionalities has been very focused on this frame one been selected. Like when BIP is selected, all the BIP rows or BIP button will be activated, and all the normal and linear seats will be non-function or non interactive once it's been selected. So so forth, so on. So other normal seats and linear seats. So yeah. And let's continue our other possible error here. Like when it's not selected and book, it will show J frame, J show or J message that you do not select any seats. So yeah, continue in there. So let's continue again in the J button. So after being pressed, it will record itself in the JTable components when it been showed to it. So, and thank you everyone. So this is my part of my code, the seat frame selection. Thank you, and thank you for listening. And next presenter, please.
Mga greetings everyone, I am J. Martin Paz and this is my code. BTN return to ticket is a J button initialized with the label back to ticket purchase. The background color is set to light gray. The button is initially disabled, set enabled to false. And action listener is added to handle the button click event. When click, several methods are called to reset the state of the application. Remove item listener. Presumably removes item listeners. Reset selection. Reset the seat selections. Disabled seats button. BTN confirm ticket. Set enabled true. Enables the confirm ticket button. BTN book ticket is set enabled false. Disables the book now button. BTN increase set enabled true, and BTN decrease set enabled true. It enables buttons for increasing and decreasing ticket quantity. Both BTN return to ticket set enabled false. Disables the back to ticket purchase button. Sets the position and size of the button. Adds the button to the content pane. BTN book ticket is a J button initialized with the label book now. The foreground color text color is set to white. The background color is set to green. The button is initially disabled. Seat enabled false. An action listener is added to handle the button click event. When click the button, does the following enables the reset seats button. Check if the number of selected seats selected is less than the ticket quantity. Ticket quantity, if true, displays an error message using J option pane. Show message dialog. If false, prompts the user to confirm the selected seats using J option pane. Show confirm dialog. If the user confirms, J option pane, yes option, initialize the total price to 0. Gets the current date and time. Define prices for VIP, inclined and standard seats. Check if specific seat button, TGL, BTN or toggle button A1 seat selection are selected. If selected, adds the seat details to a set table model. Mainframe transactions mode. Add row. Sets the seat as occupied. A1 occupied equals true. Disables the seats button. Updates the total price. Decreases the maximum tickets available. Transaction array captures transactions, details, ID, event name, ticket count, and total cost, and adds it to the booking model UI updates. Display the total price in a dialog J option pane. Show message dialog. Updates various UI elements. Button confirm ticket, BTN or button book ticket to reflect the new state of the system after transactions. Calls methods like disable seats and remove item listener. To update seats availability and remove listener. Adding and removing listeners. Add item listeners. Adds item listeners to toggle button representing seats. Remove item listener. Remove these item listeners to avoid undesired behavior when seats are disabled. Seat enabling and disabling. Disabled seats disables all seat selection buttons after added transactions. Enable seats enabled available seats based on ticket quantity, ensuring already occupied seats are not selectable, resetting and clearing seat selection.
Tangal critics everyone, I'm Margalvin Kitorio, the next presenter. So we start by importing necessary classes from the Java Standard Library and Swing Framework. This import provides us with the tools to create GUI components and handle events efficiently. Next, we declare the third event class which extends JFrame. This makes a type of JFrame, inheriting its properties and methods. We define several member variables, serial version UID, ensure class compatibility during serialization. Content pane will be our main container for GUI components. We declare the toggle buttons for each seat in 3 rows, which is A, B, and C. Each row contains 8 seats. Here we have integer variables to
store tickets, quantities, selected seats, and total counts. These J-label variables display different labels in the GUI such as seat type, ticket number, and available seats. We define J-button variables for various actions like returning to the ticket screen, booking, confirming, increasing, decreasing ticket count, canceling event, and resetting seats. These bullet variables track the occupancy status of each seat in the three rows. Next, we have a string variable for storing ticket-related text information. We declare item listener variables for each seat toggle button. This will handle item events like seat selection or desk selection. Final transaction is a string array for storing transaction details. Additional J-level variables display different parts of the seat layout and other labels in the GUI. In the constructor third event, we set up the JFrame properties like size, readability, and decoration. Then we initialize content page with a specific background color and layout settings. We initialize the toggle button with properties like text, colors, and margin. An item listener is added to handle toggle state change, modifying the button appearance and text when selected or deselected. Finally, the button is added to content pane. So that's all. Thank you.
Greetings everyone, I am the Cruz Kim Francis and I'm going to explain this part of the code in our group research. Anyways, this code creates a JButton named BTN Confirm Ticket with the text Confirm to book seats and a yellow background. When clicked, it disables another button named BTN Reset Seats. This code displays a confirmation dialog asking the user if they want to confirm the number of tickets selected. If the user chooses If the user chooses yes, it sets the value of seat selected to 0 and retrieves the ticket count from a JLabel named LBL ticket count, converting it to an integer. This code segment manages the seat selection process in the ticket booking system. It enables seat selection, adds listeners to each seat toggle button, and updates the number of selected seats accordingly. If the number of selected seats exceeds the ticket quantity, the excess seats are automatically deselected and a notification is displayed to the user. This code creates a JButton named BTN Return to Ticket with the text Back to Ticket Purchase. Set its background color to light gray and disables it. When clicked, it triggers actions such as removing item listeners, resetting selections, and adjusting button states. This part of the code checks if each seat is selected in the seat selection process. If a seat is selected, it adds a row to the transaction table with details including the event ID, event name, seat number, seat price, current date, and time. It also sets a Boolean variable indicating that the seat is occupied and disables the corresponding seat toggle button. Additionally, it increments the total price based on the seat type and decreases the maximum ticket count available for the event. This creates a string array with transaction details, adding the details to the booking model displaying the total price, resetting the various states and values, and disposing of the current window. This part sets up a JLabels and JButtons for displaying information and interacting with the user interface. This part of the code sets up a J button for decreasing the ticket count, a J label for displaying seat prices, and a J button for canceling the event selection. The decrease button decreases the ticket count when clicked. The cancel button hides the window and deselects the event, and the seat prices label displays the pricing information. This section of the code adds components such as a button to reset occupied seats, labels for rows and columns in the seat plan, and a label for the event screen. The reset seat allows users to clear their seat selections, and the labels provide a visual representation of the seating layout. These methods are used for managing the seat selection process. Add item listener and remove item listener are responsible for adding and removing item listeners respectively from an array of toggle buttons representing seat selections. Disable seats disables all seat selection buttons, while enable seats enables them based on the number of tickets selected and the current occupancy status of each seat. These methods handle various functionalities related to seat selection and reset. Enable seats toggles the availability of seats based on occupancy status and the number of tickets selected, while reset selection and clear all clear seat selections. Get current time retrieves the current system time. And that's all for me. Thank you.
So, hello again. We'll just sum up everything we've done. We successfully designed and implemented a multi-form ticket booking system using the basic and advanced Java Swing GUI components, tailored for managing ticket sales for various events. So, this system offers a comprehensive and user-friendly interface that allows users to select events via checkboxes, choose the number of tickets, and view available seats through a graphical interface representing the venue layout, which is the seat selection. So the seat selection interface is designed to differentiate seats with varied prices, enabling users to make informed choices. Users can book multiple types of tickets in a single transaction, with the system dynamically calculating the total cost and displaying it through a J option pane dialog. So we utilize a data model, ensuring that all the booking details are accurately stored and can be presented in a JTable for easy viewing. So the system also dynamically updates the availability of seats as transactions are processed, providing real-time feedback and appropriate messages when the seats are sold out. Key functionalities include input validation for the number of tickets, ensuring the users cannot book more tickets than available, and error handling through JOption pane not to notify users of any invalid inputs. Additionally, a clear button allows users to reset their selections, enhancing the overall usability of the system, or which is the reset button. So this the project exemplifies our collaborative effort to create an efficient, user-friendly ticket booking system that meets all the require, uh, specified components that we've made so far. So that concludes our presentation for our group, a multi-form ticket booking system using the basic and advanced graphical user interface components in its JFrame. I want to give my gratitude to my professor, Sir Janus Raymond Tan, for this kind of concept that we made to have knowledge and background in basic and advanced Java Swing applications on our finals for our computer programming tool. Once again, thank you for watching and have a good day.